Yo, what's up guys? We're gonna start soon, so just wait a minute, right? Dude, this shit is fun. Hey, the crab song, love it. The crabby song, mate. The crabby song. Do we have emotes? Dude, I have so many emotes. This one zijn er geen emotes die wij... don't we have any emotes for dancing? Come on, guys, do we have any emotes for dancing? Let's see. Moxie. Lucy, I love this one. Hey. Why don't we have any emotes? Dude, I'm just checking the emotes right now. Where do we have a dancing emote, dude? Like, man, I just want a dance emote. How hard is this? Can I have my dance emote? Wait, let me. One more time. The crab song. I love it. I love the crab song. Dude, I have so many modes. What the fuck is this? I just want a dance. Not dance game. Dude. Oh. Here we go again. Okay, whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. I mean, yeah, it's whatever. Hey, let's go again. Man, I'm trying to find a really cool emote. It sucks, man. It sucks. I'm looking for my emotes, and they all suck. All my emotes suck. Holy shit. But if I had a camera right now, then you guys would see me do the crab thing with my hands. Like with the crab thing. Why is this song so catchy, dude? Dude, this song is so catchy. There's no emote on Twitch just to dance. Is this really how it is, guys? Hey. Here we go. Dude, I'm coming on this song. It's legit one of the best songs. Alright guys, let's start the podcast. Starting with me, the guy. It's let me put this away. Hello? Can I just put the YouTubers away? Alright, let's do this, guys. Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo.
Hello there.
How you guys doing?
Doing fine. Everything's great.
I am incredibly happy right now because I actually played Dia just now and I 3-shotted pretty much every single one on their team.
What did you do?
So imagine like a Zed, but you're not actually Zed, but you're Zaya and you're doing exactly the same thing. But you're not doing it to one person, but you're doing it to all 5 enemies at the same time.
Isn't that Twitch as well?
Yes.
Okay.
The most satisfying shit ever. With Mastery, you at least need to like time your Q and time your ult, and you need everything's about timing. And with Zaya, it's like, haha, I press right click and then I press E and everybody disappears. Oh, and if somebody jumps on me, I'll just press R and they cannot jump on me anymore. Such a stupid champion, to be honest.
That's why you play Rengar.
That's why you
Called
press
them
R.
before.
Why don't you play
When do you want to press R?
Serrat. Sounds fun.
How does that 1v5 though? How does that 3-shot?
You press R, then you right click, and then you press Q. They disappear.
Okay.
Yeah, you
They
Q.
cease to exist.
Oh, and don't forget to ignite as well. Ignite before you ult. Anyway, welcome to the Oberon Kingdom, number 18. Parenting.
Oh my god. Number 18, we are not underage anymore. That's lovely.
Yes, this is at least 17 years old now.
Yes, we are finally legal.
We're able to consent now for people using us.
So yeah, any old people over there? Any old people watching? Any old people? We're 18. Yikes.
Jesus.
Oh wow. Any
Jesus.
young people as well? We don't care.
I care. Well, not on the 18.
FBI, open up!
Any old people watching? No? Okay. I've been playing a lot of Valorant, my dudes.
You enjoy it?
is the cap is really high on this fucking game. I actually hate it. The cap
Of
is
course.
so high to just
What do you mean?
play the best. It's really
You need
high.
years of experience. You need years of CS:GO experience.
Yeah. Dude, it's insane how hard it is. It's really hard. It's really hard.
I dislike it that you die so fast in the game. Like if
What do
you
you
get shot
mean?
once, if you get shot 3 times, you're instantly dead.
Yeah.
Wherever you get shot
Yeah.
at.
It's
Whereas in Call of Duty, you can at least get shot 10 times and then still heal up at least.
yeah.
All about, precision
Yeah, it's all
and
about
reflexes.
But
strategy.
it does
It's more
have
strategy.
it does have multiple rounds, so it's kind of alright.
Dude, it's the cap is insane. I'm like I don't know how to play this fucking game. It's really hard. Like everybody's headshotting.
Yeah, you just have to, play the game and learn it.
Yeah, man. But I think it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. Holy shit!
Yeah, so-
But it's fun. I like it. I'm addicted to it. I want to play more. And ranked is up as well right now. Ranked. If anyone wants to play ranked on Valorant, already made some friends.
I still have to play some normals before I can play competitive.
Yeah, I'm playing ranked. I made some friends on Valorant who have been playing now.
Are they Russian?
No, he's Dutch. He's from
Aw.
the Netherlands.
I expected more Sukabiet, the Rush B.
Yeah, there were some people saying kurva in chat and all that shit. That was fun.
Hey, yes!
Kurva suka blast.
Rush B.
Anyway,
Yeah,
alright,
it's
let's start. Right? Or no?
Let's go!
Today's topic is about parenting. First of all, as always, we're gonna have a weekly quote for you people. And this week's quote is from Zig Ziglar. Don't let someone who gave up on their dreams talk to you out of going after yours. I repeat.
So, who was Zig Ziglar?
I have no idea what that is. I can
But yeah, the quote is actually really nice.
Zig Ziglar.
like we can just say oh, we don't know who it is.
Oh my
let's
God,
just say yeah,
dude.
it's my quote.
Wait. This guy is he's an American actor and a motivation speaker. Okay. Hillary Clinton? What the fuck is this?
Who the fuck is that? Hillary
Yeah,
Clinton?
he's like-
What?
so they're friends with them, I guess. Okay. So yeah, that's the quote. Let me repeat myself. Don't let someone who gave up on their dreams talk to you out of going after yours. What do you guys think about that quote?
I think it's true that there are a lot of people who are, for example, twice your age, and they've tried something in themselves, and they, for example, tried to achieve something and they failed over and over again. Then, whenever they meet someone else, they tell them, they demotivate them to not do it, that it's not worth it at the end. The quote basically just means that don't let them talk you out of following your dreams and trying it yourself.
Yeah, and fail yourself, indeed. I agree.
What is a bad dream? What is like a very bad dream you have? I don't know, like crippling 22 kids. What if that is your dream?
I
It's
don't
still
think-
bad to talk them out. Like I managed only to kill
I
cripple
don't
21.
think the police will allow you to even get past anything if you have done that.
Imagine like like a guy crippling 21 kids like, mate, 22 just stop, don't do it. No way you're
Yeah.
gonna do it.
20 is the limit. Don't go above that.
Yeah.
21. 1738. So yeah,
Alright.
today's topic is about parenting. I mean, you guys have, everybody has parents.
Ooh, well,
Well,
orphans
actually-
don't have parents.
Actually,
Orphans don't have parents.
Batman doesn't have parents.
Batman doesn't have parents. Spider-Man didn't have parents.
are your
All
parents
superheroes didn't have parents.
are your parents married?
Oh, that's true. That's a good one.
Are
For
they,
me, they are. Yes.
Yeah, they are as well. For me as well.
are they married? Okay, okay, okay. There's a lot of people that don't have married parents, or they are divorced.
Yeah. Either divorced or they never actually got married, or they
Marriage is
never,
just symbolic, not
or or
needed.
or you were in accidents.
Do you guys
Well,
want
I
to
was an
get married?
accident, and my parents are also married, so I don't know.
Do you guys want to get
What do you
married?
call it then?
I do.
I don't care.
Someday in the future.
Yeah. Right now I'm 25, so I feel like within a few years from now I will be married
Married. And are you gonna
and then
Married.
become a
propose?
father of myself.
Are you gonna propose, or is the girl
Hell yeah.
proposing to you?
Yeah, I've
They
already been
both are
planning
gonna
it.
propose. They both gonna propose.
No, I've already been planning it out ever since I was like 18 or something. So
Oh.
once that day comes, I'll actually pull it off.
Where are you
You
gonna
wanna
buy
tell
the
us the
ring?
plan?
Huh? What?
Gilberto, you,
Where are
you
you
you go
gonna
first. You go first. You go first.
Where are you gonna get the ring?
I'll probably make it myself, or like make a custom one.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh.
It's probably
And do you
gonna
have
be
a
worth it
huge
anyway.
plan? Do you have a huge plan on how to propose?
Really depends on the person. Like I want it to
So
be
you get a shitty proposal, you get a great
so.
one.
Right now, there's no one, but for example, I find someone special, and I'm like, yeah, this is the one. Then I won't be like cliche, like take to a restaurant and then walk to the park, like the normal kind of stuff. I want to I want to do it in a way where it's actually um, personalized depending on the person that I'm doing it for, and it needs to have meaning towards it. Like remember back then, like 3 years ago, this spot, this and that. For example, something like that.
Oh my god. In the end, you'll just be like in the McDonald's eating chicken nuggets and then propose there.
Yeah, why not?
Remember the one time we had 200 chicken nuggets?
Remember the shaky nuggish?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that's the way I will do it when the time comes.
Yeah. I don't have a plan at all. I'm like, whatever. It's just like, if she doesn't want to get married, I wouldn't care. If she wants to get married, I also don't care. It's like, whatever. I'll just play along with it.
You're a
You're already
beta.
you're already practicing to become a dad.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I don't give it. No,
Just finish your
that's gonna
school.
no, that's gonna be like, like, oh, hi kid, fuck off.
What? That's not a dad, dude.
Which
Oh,
brings us
you
back
sure?
which brings us back to the topic of what's good
Parenting.
parenting and what's bad parenting.
Like,
So as though we just gave an example, that's bad parenting. I'm just gonna put it out there. There's no subjective opinion towards this. If your kids come to you and they ask you something, you're like, fuck off. That's bad parenting.
whoa. But what if the answer, if one of my kid asked, like, if a fucking bully came to him, like, what did she say? Fuck off. That's a good answer, right?
I don't think you should teach your kids any swear words, which is also another reason for bad parenting.
Oh man.
Fuck off, mate.
So, yeah, what in your let's start with Gilberto. What's like good parenting in your opinion? How would you describe it?
Good parenting. What is good parenting, guys? I think good parenting is good when they let their children fail, and when they need love, they give them love, and yeah, just teach them about life, I guess.
So, you don't really specifically know how you would describe good parenting, basically.
Specifically, so from
Yeah,
the
like
day you're born, you're gonna get hey, you're just gonna love the kid, give him hugs, never hit him, because yeah, it's still a baby.
The keep. Yeah, don't hit them. Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
assert your dominance on them ever since they're born.
Yeah, and
Bad
then
parenting, by the way.
yeah. So I think hitting your kids. I don't know when. I don't know because when I was young, my dad used to fucking hit me with a belt for discipline.
Oh,
And right
that's a harsh
now,
one.
but right now I feel like yeah, it was actually discipline, and he did it for me and not for to hit me or to just hurt me or something. But the question is now is there another way? I think there is another way.
Oh, I want to know. Like, did it have a positive effect on you?
It did. It did. Now I'm scared.
You are saying, wait, what? Wait, so it did have a positive effect on you.
Yeah.
Should you be
So you're
scared
saying
of,
it?
should you feel like you have to be scared of your dad though just to listen to him?
But I don't like when you are scared. You're scared of being hit. Yes, of course. And when you're a kid, of course, you're gonna be scared. But right now, I'm thinking right now, right? Right now, it did actually help me because now, if I have to do something, I just do it, and I don't know. It feels weird. Like it makes you disciplined. It makes you like don't fuck around. Just listen and do your shit right instead of. But that's why I'm wondering if is there another way. I think there's another way. If you do something
So
wrong, yeah.
this form of discipline, would you say it's good parenting or bad parenting?
I don't know because right now I feel like it actually helped me.
Yeah, but wasn't there another way just to make you
I don't know.
reach the same state?
I don't know. Maybe with gifts, then I will be spoiled.
Then you would be spoiled, yeah.
Maybe with love, then I wouldn't have respect because I only receive love and no, yeah, not being harsh. It's like being your friends with your parents. I don't know.
Yeah. And wait, how do you feel about what good parenting would look like to you?
Good parenting.
How would you describe good parenting?
A good parent would have time for their children, you know? Give them moral and emotional support when they have to or when they can. I would say like teach them. I think yeah, teaching them discipline and it's also. I think I would be pro beating, but I wouldn't do it myself. Kinda. I don't know.
You're pro beating.
You're
I would
not
say like
against you're not against beating?
I don't know, like it helped me out, with the discipline thing and stuff like that. I think like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like it had a positive effect, right? But nah, I'm against it. I'm against it. No. But the more you think about it, like the thing is like you think about it and like would you do it yourself, right? Would you do it yourself? And like, probably not, right? Probably not.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
I
how
don't
I
know.
would describe good parenting is becoming a role model for your kids. Just something to actually look up to and try to become the same in not like the same kind of profession and same hobbies or whatever, but actually to become the person that they want to become when they grow up. And as a kid, they wouldn't know what they want, but once they grow up, they need to find something. And I feel like as a parent, you should be showing them how to behave correctly. And yeah, both of you had discipline. You were disciplined with beating, but I feel like it's better just to show them and explain to them the consequences for their actions. To show them, for example, if they don't finish their food, if you give them the consequence that they're gonna be hungry and they won't be allowed to eat, they will feel that way. And when they're feeling that way, the next time they will know, like, if I don't eat right now, I'll be hungry later. So on their own, they will start doing those things. So I feel like beating doesn't really help with that. It's just like they need to feel the consequences towards uh, behaving badly. Whereas if they behave well, the consequences are positive. That's how I would describe what good parenting would be like.
So more like a guide through
More like
life.
a guide. Yeah, like as a parent, you shouldn't be someone to discipline. You should be the guide towards adulthood for 18 years long. And then once they are 18 years old, your job is done, and they should be the people that you want them to grow up to be. And from that point on, it's all in their hands. You cannot teach them anything
Oh,
anymore.
so when they're 18, I can say like fuck off.
Yeah, that's when you
Ah,
stop
okay,
being.
okay, okay,
That's
okay,
when you're allowed
okay.
to stop being a dad, basically.
You really, there's like I think there's much more to teach as a parent even after they are 18. No.
Yes, but they need to find the answers on their own. So when I think of good parenting, it's like guiding them to reach a certain point, and then from that point on forward, they need to teach it to themselves. Like obviously, when you're the dad, you will have a lot more knowledge than that your own kid. But I
Yeah.
think it's instead of giving them the answer all the way through till the day they die, it's better to just teach them the way to actually teach themselves. I feel like that's a lot better
Alright.
way to do it.
True. True.
So you as a dad, if you get a kid, you wouldn't want to uh you wouldn't want them to do something on their own, or do you?
Well,
How would you decide? How would
well, the
you
thing is
get them?
like when you learn something through life, like through fails and errors, you don't really want the kids to go through it as well, do you really? Like through so many try and errors, so many failures. You can make their part a lot easier sometimes just by telling them.
Yeah,
You would say you would let them go through the process instead, no? Then with what you're saying.
yeah. Personally, I would just let them struggle. Not
Okay.
not in like a very, what's it called? Like a dangerous way. Like I'm not gonna let them starve from food or
Yeah, sure.
be homeless. Like those extreme things, I wouldn't let that happen. But I wouldn't like be like, oh, I want to go to the McDonald's. I wouldn't be like, okay, I'll buy it for you. I'll just be like, earn the money and then buy it for yourself. That's the type I would want to be, because that eventually turns them into more of an individual person rather than somebody who has to follow someone else to actually come by. What do you think, Gilberto?
I think failure is a good thing to have in life. You require failure to succeed, my dude. Yeah,
So you would
I agree.
basically
I agree.
you would let them fail, and then you would let them find a solution on their own towards how to solve it.
Well, they would feel like they failed by themselves, and you keep an eye on them, but just letting them know, hey, you're by yourself. But in the background, you're like, all right, you're gonna help him or her, but in the background, but it's gonna feel for her or him they're being they're doing it by themselves. But for you, the parent, you're gonna be okay. Let's make sure to help him. I think that's a good one. What do you think?
Yeah, so my best friend, he's been telling me a lot about his dad, and he told me that his dad never supported him in by like directly giving him an answer. He supported him by just telling him that if he wanted to know something, he had to try and then find out for himself. So if he had a question with mathematics, he's like, just try it out. And then if he would fail the exam, then he would be like, yeah, it didn't work. So you need to find a way around that. And he just kept doing that in every single way, for example. And so eventually he started to feel like if it's needed, there's going to be someone there just to pick him up, but he isn't allowed to rely on his dad to do everything for him. Same as when he moved out of the house. He said, "You're allowed to move out of the house, but the day you want me to pay for your home is the day you're not allowed to live out of the house anymore." So that way he just told him directly, like, okay, it's fine that you live on your own, but you have to take care of yourself. And you cannot rely on me to take care of you. And that's basically what forced him indirectly to actually find a job, get money, get responsible, all that kind of stuff. So that's one way to do parenting, just letting them drop to the lowest level and letting them take care of it on themselves and pull them out on their own again.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of parenting, would you call it good parenting or bad parenting? Let's start with Warnet and then Dweet.
I don't know.
Is this good parenting or bad parenting? Like, which side does it go? Does the majority go, in your opinion?
I mean, if he's talking to you about this, it means he has something about he has some issues about it.
No, he was actually really glad and happy about it that his dad actually did it this way and not any other way, and made him look up to his dad a lot more.
To me, this what he did was kind of harsh. It was harsh, but it was good. All in good for him, you know.
Yeah, like the results eventually. Obviously, if the results are good, you cannot say that it's bad parenting. But during that time when he was a kid, is that the way he should have done it, or is it more like it should have been done differently just to be a good parent?
I don't know, man. I don't know how you can explain to a kid what you're doing for in the future. How can you explain a kid who is 6 years old? Listen, you have to do this because of blah blah blah. The kids, they just want to play, and that's it. They don't care. So I don't know, man. If he did, would I do it? Maybe not. But he did it because he knew in the future he will be all right with a job, with a house, with a wife. So yeah,
Yeah,
A husband maybe.
yes, three
Who
husbands.
knows?
Yeah, 4 girls, 4 wives.
so, and David, how would you think about it?
I think that's like, I don't know. I personally would like at least, like give like put my kid into the right direction at least, not let them do it all by themselves. It's pretty much like, what would be the difference between like this kind of parenting and like not having a parent at all, right? Like, what would be the difference right there?
That's true.
Like, pretty much, because like if you don't have a parent, you are still like, you have to rely on yourself pretty much, and like get through it yourself. And that's pretty much the way of parenting he got. No, he was pretty much like, you can do it by yourself.
Yeah. So they basically still had like the family dinners and like
Yeah,
they were still
sure.
around them. The emotional stuff was there, but the physical help and the mental struggles and stuff, he was basically on his own at that point on.
Right.
But is that necessarily a bad thing? Because you actually start getting trained as a kid already to just be your own man, to grow up to be your own person when you grow up. And it really depends on the kid itself, I think. Like, what kind of person do they want to be? Do they want to be someone with a lot of friends, or do they just want to be that person who is an individual and want to do everything on their own and not do much with other people?
Good question.
Which also brings up the other thing. As a parent, do you want your kid to be their own person, or do you want them to become the person you want them to be? And would that be good or bad?
I don't know, man.
Well, it really depends on the case, you know. Like, imagine like your kid has depression and stuff like that. Like, ha,
Ooh.
you don't want your kid to go through that alone, do you?
Yeah, would you say depression comes from bad parenting or not? Or do you think it just comes from the person itself?
It's just there's a lot of factors, you know. It's just like surrounding. It doesn't have to be, you know, just parenting. It can be like from school. It can be prawn in the genes. It can be anything, really.
Yeah, so with depression, most people would say that it's all mental. So everything that happens during depression, it comes from the mind. Uh, but there are cases where it just comes from the genes and the DNA,
Yeah.
and it's just taken over basically, and also from where you're born and the environment and all that kind of stuff.
There's a lot of factors, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So that's like the negative parts of parenting, I would say. Everything that we just discussed, right?
How
Wait,
do you have a good connection with your
negative.
parents or no?
Me?
I mean, both.
Uh, it's all right. Yes and no. Yes, as in we don't despise each other. We get along fine. No, as in I don't have that connection where I can basically go to them whenever I need something, basically.
Hmm.
So it's a bit of both. Like I feel comfortable, but at the same time, I don't feel comfortable with specific things that I just want to keep to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
just
I
see.
have,
Okay, continue.
I have
Finish.
nothing to complain about. That's
Okay.
basically it.
Well, with me, it's more like I don't really see my father as a father. Really, I just more like, you know, like a guide or a teacher in my life. Because when I was a kid, he was like mostly out working, and I haven't been seeing it like at all when I was a kid. And you just like kind of stuck with us that we just like didn't do anything with each other at all. And now just like now he's on work pretty much, and like he has more free time. But it's just like awkward, more or less, because like we didn't talk much before, we didn't do much, so it's like we don't know where to start right now, even. So like I mean like it's not bad, you know, like he I mean I don't despise him or anything because he had to work or just like he had to just, you know, work for the family, get the money, and I mean like it's fine. So I would
Yeah.
say like I'm much closer to my mother than my father.
Are you a mama's
But
boy?
yeah, man, such a mama's boy. uh, I don't
What
know.
would you what would you do differently? For example, you have the same schedule as your dad. You have to work to bring money for the family. What would you do differently with your kids?
Oh, I mean like I probably wouldn't be able to really, right? Like I think like the more I think about it, like if I wasn't in his position now that I understand it, I would probably like yeah I understand your position. I know why it is like that. It's like well it's you have to sacrifice something
Yeah,
or
okay.
just quit your job and then like be homeless. That's the other option.
Or a balance between both?
Balance
Work five
between
days a
both.
week and have the weekends for family and nothing else. But it all depends on the situation,
Yeah, I
obviously.
mean like it was hard. Like he was like starting off really like with his business and stuff, and I was the third child, right?
Hmm.
So my mom couldn't work because she was pregnant all the time and taking care of the kids. So my father was the only option who could work. So it just like he worked a lot on that. You also realize because he came like out of somewhere where he got nothing. Like started as a freaking farmer boy in Vietnam and just went here to the Czech Republic. Started his business here. So like, I think like, yeah, I think it's just the situation he was in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
But
do you feel like he did the right thing,
um,
or do you feel like he should have stayed in Vietnam?
no, I think like I think he did the right thing. I think it was more like he did all this, so I wouldn't have to go through all that as him, you know? That I wouldn't have to struggle as much as he did.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's usually what the reason for everybody
Yeah.
to sacrifice family time for work, basically, or at least that's what I would think of it. Uh, yeah.
Yep.
So I recently saw a series. It's a gay drama. It's called Itaewon Class. And the first episode, it's all about like the son. He's a high school kid. He's 16, and he has like he's a bit socially distant, so he doesn't get do well in school. He's a bit distant from pretty much everyone else. And the dad is an only father, so the mother isn't in the picture anymore.
What a
Uh,
bitch.
so he works a lot to provide for his son, but the thing that I saw about him was he is basically his best friend, but at the same time he's also a father. And that's one of the things that I was really surprised about because it's really hard to put a connection between working hard and like being a friend to your son, but while at the same time still being the father. I feel like balancing that out is really hard. And in that series, it was really nice to see the way he was doing it. So he would still be the father, he would still be strict, he would still be like, you have to go to school, you have to wake up, you have to work hard. But at the same time, he would also be there when he was feeling tough. So he would be like, was your day rough? Let's talk about it. Let's go out. Let's go for a drink. That kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So I feel like having a balance between both of those things, where you have to be a dad, uh, it's good to just be your best friend at the same time, about 20% of the time. I think the right balance would be 80% a strict dad and 20% your best friends, as a kid at least. And then when they're an adult, it should be the other way around. It should be 80% friends and 20% dad, where 20% of it should be like don't do drugs, for example.
It's just like, oh yeah, we adults, so let's go out and get them hookers.
Yeah, and then 80% is just friends, just drinking, going out, exploring, that kind of stuff.
Crack cocaine. Oh yeah.
Crack.
What would be the right balance for you? For me, it would be 80% dad, 20% uh, friend. How would you say the percentages, the weight?
I wouldn't go as far as 80-20. I think that's like too much of friend. Because
20%
I
is
also
too
I
much
also
of a
kind of
friend.
expect not like 80% later on.
Ah,
Like I would have to like I don't know. It's hard to for me to imagine like a friend father. And it's not bad. I would say like I would need like a someone to look up to, you know, like a guide as well. So like being like strict and like serious is also a big part for me. Let's say like I would keep it like 50-50, really.
that's fair, 50-50. And war
Not
nights?
always fun, but you
Same.
know,
I
yeah.
think 50-50 is a good. It's good. 50% chance. Friends. I mean, maybe when you're a kid it's different, but when you're older and you're more friends with
Yeah.
your dad, it's
Yeah, like
better.
as a
Yeah.
kid, you need to be a dad most of the time because if you're
Yeah.
not a dad, they will grow up to become out of control, let's say, to put it simply. But after they're an adult, for example, how would you put the balance?
Yeah, still 50-50, mate.
50-50. Fair enough. Yeah, for me, it's more like I don't want like the discipline. I don't want to do that at all. I don't want my kids to grow up to be scared of me. That if they do something wrong, they will try to avoid me and try to keep it to themselves. And that just eventually just leads up to more complications. Whereas if I show that I'm understanding to the situation, that they did something bad, I'll make sure they know that they did something bad, and they will not like get away with it thinking, oh, they can get away with it again. But it wouldn't be through like a belt or like disciplining them. I would just, for example, if they did something bad, I would put it in a situation where I'm gonna show them the consequence of their action. Whereas, for example, they broke, uh, like, like they broke something expensive in the house. Uh, I would basically not ground them, but I would do it in a different way. Whereas I'm taking away something from them until they basically realize what they've done, and I would know that myself. Whereas it's like an equal trade. If they take something from me, I take something from them, and it has to be of an equal value.
Eye
This
for an
way,
eye.
yeah, if they do bad in school, I'm going to, for example, take away TV from them. It's all about equal traits. Like if they do something bad, they need to lose something uh, equally bad. Whereas if they do something good, for example, they have a good grade, they're gonna get something equally good in return. If they skip school, for example, they want to go to, I don't know, movie or something, it just means, yeah, I would just have to think about something at that point. It all depends on the situation, basically. But what I'm trying to say is that if they do something bad has to happen to them on an equal level, excluding like murder and that kind of stuff. I'll, I'll,
Oh,
I'll,
oh my god, they
I'll go,
murdered
I'll go,
someone? Okay, I'll cut off your arm, man.
I'll go
That's
a
a
bit
fair
easy
price.
on them in those situations, but like the
Wait,
minor
wait,
stuff.
wait, wait.
If they do
Wait,
something
you'll go
bad,
easy on them if they kill someone?
they're still my kids at the end of the day. I will,
Oh,
I
so,
will, I will always
oh.
be on their side, basically. I
So
will
you would
never
like,
be.
you would hide the murder, even. Oh.
Really depends. The thing
He
is,
crippled 20,
I
he
am,
crippled 22 kids.
I am a lot for justice, but I wouldn't know if it was my son at that point. Like if I see them being really, like if they're psycho, obviously I will just disown them instantly. But
You
if
would
they're not,
wonder, like, what happened? What went wrong?
I'm gonna show compassion for a lot of things. I'll try to understand why they would do something like that. I would understand it. I would show that I would understand it, and then I would also basically show the consequences for their actions. But the most important thing for me is that they wouldn't have to be growing up scared that if they do something bad, that I will start hitting them or something. That's like the last thing that I want for them. But yeah, that's my uh, point of view towards it.
Crazy. Crazy that you would disown your children.
Okay, so that being said, who would you want your dad to be if you could name any person in the world, even if it's like Bill Gates or something?
Bill Gates have all the money. Nah.
Hmm. Who? I mean, you start.
I start. Um, I don't know really. I'd never really had the like an idea that it's that important to have one. So I would probably choose to not have one at all.
So a dead guy, yeah, okay, yeah, any dead
I,
guy, you
I'm
know,
I'm that kind of a guy basically. I don't see the importance in it.
of having a parent.
Yeah, maybe it's just the way that I grew up, but I don't really feel the necessity of having that except for basically the money, let's say.
On the
Basically,
other hand,
the Miss
like
Sam.
being the son of Ryan Reynolds, man, that could be fun.
Yeah, I would love to have Ryan Reynolds actually, just because of how cool of a person he is, and he's like a role model to actually look up to, basically.
Man, all the memes he does with his fucking kids.
Yeah, I would love to have. I would love to become a dad like him, basically. He's the kind of role model that I would go for.
Oh wait, man, Keanu Reeves.
I don't know much about Keanu Reeves, or if he even has kids.
He would kill people over a dead dog and a car.
You were going to the Matrix to find you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know. It just sounds like a different kind of parent than you already have. It's just weird.
How about a mom?
Mom. I would stay with my mom.
What's
What the fuck?
her role in parenting? Because we spoke a lot about dads.
Yeah.
So what's the role about moms as a kid? Because all of us are guys. So if we get a role model, it's going to be our dad. But what's going to be your mom's role in parenting, basically? All of us probably instantly think about food.
Well,
And
no, the thing is, like, with my mom, she probably, like, shaped me into the man I am right now, pretty much, rather than my father.
yeah,
Because my father was never there, pretty much, right? So, like, my mom is pretty much my role model right now.
yeah. So you're happy that you turned after her in that case?
Yeah, it's pretty much like the kindness and compassion that she taught me.
Exactly.
And then my father was more like of the, like life stuff,
That's
much.
Yeah,
life.
I think like moms are more like for like on the emotional level, and like dads for like like the wisdom and knowledge. That's at least for my case. In my case.
yeah. But then again, it is 2020, and there's a lot more
Yeah.
equality going on between women and men. So both of them are going to basically have to pick up the role eventually.
2020 equality. What's next? Women can vote. Okay.
Jesus, Jesus.
Yes. Nah.
And you, Warnight, what's your idea of good good parenting for your mom?
I mean, my mom is really cool, nice, loving.
Nice.
I don't think I would exchange her for anything actually. She's perfect the way she is.
Do you feel like
Eh,
she
eh,
did a good job at parenting?
I don't.
If so, which parts would you say were good?
I mean, giving love,
And food.
understanding,
And
food,
food.
food, understanding. What else? Um, I mean, teaching me
Food.
value,
And food.
ethics. Yeah, man. She's cool. She's a cool gal.
So basically, taking care of you
Yeah.
through everything,
Being a mom.
through every step. Okay. And do you think that's uh are you do you want to get married? I didn't ask you actually.
I don't want to get married.
You don't want to get married.
I don't want to get married.
Do you
Do you
not
want kids?
believe in it?
I mean, I feel like having a ring or a paper will not change how much you love someone. It's still gonna
But
be
the
the same.
taxes, man. The taxes.
You have to. Well, if you divorce, you have to pay more. But yeah, I don't feel like.
So
Yes, go ahead.
your point of like is yeah, we're not gonna hold together anyways. It's like
I don't feel like
I mean
a
like
paper is gonna increase the love you already have, or decrease it. Why would you get something
it's gonna make it harder to
to leave her?
yeah.
Well, if you want to leave her, then just leave her. Imagine being stuck forever with someone you don't love.
Then you just made the wrong decision, my boy. That's I mean like stand up to your consequences.
No, man, I don't
But,
feel
yeah.
like a paper is gonna do more love.
Okay. What if your girlfriend wanted to get married though? Would you be against it?
If my girlfriend wants to be married, I
Yeah,
will,
like she told you she wants to get married. And would you be like, nope, hell nah, we're not getting married? Would you do that?
I will tell her the reason why I don't get married.
Oh, so you would be against it? So like there would be no marriage at all.
I'll be like, listen, I don't think being married is gonna do more or less than the love we already have. So what's the point?
Okay.
What's the point, mate? Tell me now.
Memories,
Now.
memories.
So being married means memories.
Oh, it's more memories, like the ceremonial stuff.
What if you just invite everyone with your girlfriend, not your family, to a party and announce you guys
What
are
would be the what
you're having a
pregnant?
yeah you're having a child.
Okay.
Yeah, man. 2020,
So
man.
so you wouldn't get married for financial reasons. That's it.
I wouldn't get married for financial reasons.
It's like that's pretty much like your only reason you don't want to get married, no? Financial reasons.
No, my reason is because I don't feel like being married is gonna do more. It,
But is it gonna do less?
well, I mean, imagine expecting something from a marriage. Like, oh, now it's gonna be better. Now because you're married, you're gonna be happy and you're gonna have more love, which means you're gonna be happy
No,
forever.
I'm not saying that like what's gonna be what like why can it be worse when you get married?
What happens if you don't get if you your
Well, it's gonna
expectation
stay the
is not.
same if you get married or not. Pretty much, that's what you're saying, right?
Yes, true. True, mate. True.
So, okay, I don't know. Keep help me out. Keep helping me out somehow. I don't know.
What's I'll just move on
Yeah.
because yeah. What's the one thing what's the most important thing your parents have taught you that you will take with you forever? Let's go with the wheat first.
Respect a woman. The
Respect
most
mom.
important thing. The most important thing. Um,
Respect woman, man. Don't hate woman.
I think the most important thing is probably like be careful who you choose as friends, like close ones. I think that's what they talked about the most, pretty much.
Don't trust anyone.
No, not trust anyone, but yeah, be careful who you trust. I think that's the most. Yeah.
Trust anyone.
Have they taught that to you directly, or is it through their actions that you learned that?
I think that they told me like directly and with their like personal experience as well. They had like there are bad people and good people.
Yeah. And you feel like that actually helped you a lot in life?
Yeah, because pretty much like before, I was like, oh my god, I need to be accepted by everyone, right? It's like later on, it's like, okay, I don't care anymore. I'm happy with what I have.
Okay. And with that being said, what's the one thing that you want to teach your future kids?
I want to teach my future kids.
We can get back to that in a bit.
Yeah.
War Knights. What's the one thing your parents taught you? The one most important thing that they taught you in life?
Work hard.
Work hard.
Work hard.
Did they teach you that directly or indirectly through actions?
They teach me that by saying it to me, I have to work hard.
And are you working hard today?
Am I working hard? No, because I don't think working hard is. You need to work smart, not hard.
True. I can agree with that. And you can also think about what's the one thing that you want to teach your future kids if you ever have any. What's the one thing that you want to teach them for their entire life? For me, what I learned is that I cannot rely on anyone except myself. And that's basically because I know that I have access to everything, but I don't want to rely on those things because everything that I rely on has consequences where if I take one thing, I have to give something else back in return. Nothing is given in life. Nothing is given for free in life. That's basically it.
You have an
For
old
everything that
soul,
you
mate. You have an old soul. You know that?
so everything that you get, you have to give something back in return. That's basically what there is.
And what do you want to teach your kids?
Let's go back to the wheat first, since we did the entire round
Yeah.
thing.
I'll be
What's
like,
the
teach
one?
them kindness. Kindness.
Kindness towards who? How?
Well, it's people overall. Like empathy and kindness.
To show understanding and stuff.
Yeah. To be like reasonable, you know, like. Yeah. That's what I would teach my kids.
Be kind
Yeah,
to
that's a good
others.
one. And War Knights?
They can become everything they want in the future.
Oh, being an astronaut is really hard, my dude.
You can achieve everything.
Alright.
So, basically, if they want to do something, you'll support them all the way.
Of course.
That's good. I never had that.
Got a cripple 22 kids. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's good to just support them all the way, do with anything that they want. Uh, the one thing that I would teach, probably to follow their dreams, to not worry about um complications and just live their life to the fullest. And I'm going to basically, I will probably want to guide them to reach that point where they know what they want and they actually go for it. And as long as they just stay happy, do whatever it takes to be happy in life. Even if that ends up making them selfish.
Shellfish.
A shellfish.
Selfish.
You can teach them how to main mastery, is that it?
I mean, I do AFK farm all the time, so yeah, I'm selfish.
Uh,
Later's one gank, none of that.
Selfish.
Alright.
Okay, I think those are the final 3 lessons from this podcast. We're almost at an hour.
Yes.
Any
True.
any final remarks from either one of you?
Follow your dreams.
Mm. Do you guys think we'll be good parents?
I'm gonna be an amazing dad.
Okay.
No, I'm already like I've always been fond of kids, and ever since I was like
Of
10 years
course
old.
you have, Nikki. Of
Ever
course you
since I was 10 years old,
have.
whenever I saw a baby as a 10-year-old, I would always be like, "That's so adorable," and I haven't changed since. So for the past 15 years, whenever I see babies, I'm always like, I wanna
Oh.
squeeze its cheeks and make it smile and make it
Pedophile.
laugh.
Whoa!
Jesus, the weight. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
you are the fond one of the kids. You are so fond of them.
no. Uh, so yeah, I do think I'll be a good dad, but that's mainly because I've been looking forward to it ever since I was 10, for that one day to come. So I don't think I will mess that up once that time is finally there.
They
I
keep
do.
left in.
I
Yeah.
I did already give myself a condition that for me to reach the state of true happiness, the happiest point in my life, is the moment I get to hold my child in my arms. That's probably going to be the most happiest moment of my life. So over a wedding, over being rich, over having a good house or a car or whatever, just having a kid, basically.
Nice. What's the name of the kid? Or you don't know?
I, I will decide when that day comes.
Nathan. You mean Nathan?
Nathan?
That was one of the ideas, but it all depends on the situation when the time comes.
They
Can
keep
be anything,
Junior.
most likely. That's all the way at the top of the list.
How many children do you want?
2 by the least.
Minimal 2. Alright. Cool.
Yeah. Anything above that, I'm fine with it, but
Cool.
probably not 5 though. 5 would probably be too much, but anything between 2 and 4, preferably just 2, but 3 or 4 I wouldn't mind either.
Are you gonna raise him in the Netherlands or somewhere else?
All depends on the situation, wherever I am. I don't feel like I want to be bound to just one country. So we will be traveling a lot, but I think my home will always be in the Netherlands, unless there's like a better opportunity somewhere else. But it all depends on the situation. I'm not making
He's
future plans in that way.
he's gonna raise them in the WWE arena. That's where he's gonna raise them.
Hell yeah. In quarantine.
Yeah. The first kid's gonna be Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins the hood.
I'm gonna change my last name to whatever my
To
whatever
Rollins.
my wife's last name is.
Okay.
Seth Rollins, more like Seth Trollings.
Okay.
Okay. That's everything for me for this podcast.
That's
I'll
all
give the
from
words
us.
to both of you.
Do you have something to say, Dweeb?
Stay home, kids, and don't do drugs. Unless you're a drug dealer and you have to get rid of the drugs, then you can do the drugs. So you're not bored at home in quarantine. But that's the only condition you can use the drugs.
Disclaimer, do not listen to anything that we just said.
So, do drugs.
Yeah.
Yep. So do drugs.
And with that, we close the podcast.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
am Pentaking, also known as the Keep. Both of them are. Should I do
Are
the
what?
outro? I should do the outro. Okay, I'll do the outro. I'm Pentaking. That was the Weed, also known as the Weeb, also known as Gay Weeb, and so on. Shout yourself out if you want.
YouTube, Oberon Kingdom.
Hell yeah.
War Nights.
The
and
other
everything.
one, War Nights everywhere, everything. He streams a lot every single day, so be sure to check it out. War Nights on Twitch, and be sure to follow us pretty much everywhere. Oberon Kingdom, it's our name. That's us together, and yeah, see you next time.
Thank you for watching.